What's up guys, currently headed to Santa Monica, meeting up with Paul, gonna go over some new ideas and some of our new moves.
Yeah, I just moved over there. That's pretty nice. What's up, man? How's it going? Nice to meet you. This is Matt.
Hey Jeremy. Matt, nice to meet you.
Jeremy.
So it's several hours later, spent most of the day hanging around with Paul. If you guys don't know, Paul's been in past videos, not for a little bit of time, but Paul works on my ClickFunnels and Facebook ads. That's what he knows. So mostly just boring, didn't really film, but always really interesting. And we always talk about a ton of just new business ideas and just kind of go down all these rabbit holes. Bulletproof is also an awesome place to meet interesting people. We met this really interesting founder and CEO, very successful, had like an hour-long conversation. Didn't feel I should be filming all of that stuff, but that was really cool. And now that I'm back, I want to tell a bit of a story that I think a lot of you guys could learn from. And it's something that I've been sort of thinking about and kind of feeling bad about recently. And it's that I realized this is actually like my biggest regret on Amazon or in business in general. And I think that there's sort of an underlying theme to it that a lot of you could learn from and potentially not miss opportunities based on the reason that you'll hear that I avoided this one. Okay, so basically what I regret is sort of letting the popular opinion of what would work on Amazon and what was a good opportunity on Amazon influence me and ultimately make me not go for something that I was more passionate about and something that I had an edge for. So let me give some background. First off, if you're totally new here, what's up? I'm Matt. The reason people sort of care what I have to say is that I've been doing this Amazon FBA thing for a while, building my own brands, 7 figures the last few years in a row, so things are going well. But something I haven't mentioned too much in the last handful of videos is like I'm super obsessed with like health, and you guys saw I was at the Bulletproof Cafe. You know, this whole world of like ketogenic, you know, I'm drinking this kombucha right now with reishi mushrooms in it, like all this crazy wacky stuff that probably 99% of you just either don't know anything about or think it's like totally wacko. But you know, I'm in LA, I guess it's kind of typical. I'm at, those of you in LA know like Erewhon, the store, I'm like obsessed, just anything health. And I think it actually ties in a lot with business. And it's something I'd want to talk about a lot more, though I just feel a little uncomfortable talking about it because I guess I assume that a lot of you think it's super weird. But I think it actually really ties in because ultimately we're in business to build a better life for ourselves. And if you are doing that and don't care about health, don't care about longevity, then we're not on the same page. Like I feel like that is the same goal in of itself. So I hope to talk about that more. Anyways, the only reason I bring that up right now is that a lot of you know, and I would even agree with this, is that everyone says to stay away from things like supplements on Amazon because it's super cutthroat. It's one of the hardest industries on Amazon. And people say that because the sellers are super aggressive, they go after each other, they try to take each other down. It's just wildly competitive. So many people jumping on the same products, just the most cutthroat, the most difficult of all of Amazon. That is absolutely true, and I think 99.9% of you should not go into supplements. But here's my regret. My regret is that I didn't go into supplements. And that's because I have a background in sort of like brain science stuff. That's what I studied in college. My girlfriend studied nutrition. We're very, very into this stuff and very into niche aspects of this. And that is why I regret it, is that I think that I could have actually brought a very unique angle to it. Going over something like fish oil, going into something just like vitamin D, I mean, it's way too obvious. Those are beyond blown out. You are so far beyond too late to ones like that. But me having this particular passion and background information in, I think I should have gone in and followed my passion and launched some of these products that are not so obvious, stuff that I personally have an angle around, and they aren't as competitive. So I mean, it's honestly, it's something that I'm even considering starting now, but I highly am beginning to regret not doing this a long time ago because not only, first of all, I think the numbers would be excellent by now, but also I think I'd be a little bit more passionate to like work on it every day, work on marketing it, really grow the brand, talk about it more openly, I get a little burnt out working on the same brands that I've been working on for, you know, years that aren't necessarily around my passion. So I think one of the things that you could definitely learn from this is that look at the areas that you have particular expertise, because those could be massive white space open areas for you on Amazon where you have particular knowledge that not everyone is going to have, and that could allow you to bring something special to that marketplace, some special angle to stand out, understanding the product better. Maybe it's too complicated for everybody else. They don't know what they're getting into, and that could be a massive, massive advantage to you. So don't overlook that. So for me, I think that really is this sort of obscure health lifestyle, not just health. I mean, I know that's like an obvious term, but I don't want to go too into like the specifics, but this whole world of health that some of you know that I'm in, I think I should have been building a brand like this. And I've even said in videos months ago that I've had this plan in the back of my head that I would use Amazon as cash flow to then leverage that into a business that I am more passionate about, which I might want to work on for 5 to 10 years. And I think what I'm trying to say here is that I could have been doing both. I should have started that back then, and I could have done it through Amazon. Like, I could have leveraged Amazon to build what I really wanted to build, but I got talked out of it by the fact that everyone says not to do it. So while I do think that is good advice for 99.9% of you to stay out of these ones that everybody say to stay away from, say electronics because there's high liability and all of that type of stuff, more regulations. If you have particular knowledge that makes you think that you could give it a real shot, then forget what everybody is telling you, because you have something unique, you have an angle, you have particular knowledge, you have particular expertise that could help you to stand out. So don't just let people tell you what not to do if you feel like you have a particular advantage to do that thing that is so frowned upon. So yeah, I hope there's something valuable in that for you guys, but I really just want to say, you know, you don't want to regret anything. And if you know what you ultimately want to build, like, start building that now. So I might start building something like this now. I'm just starting to toss around this idea some more. I feel like I made a mistake by just pushing it off for so long. And I think I would have been in a really incredible position by now, and I'm still considering getting into something like this now. So moral of the story, you know, take everything with a grain of salt, always. Like, even what I'm saying, like, just because somebody says something, like, don't just follow everything word for word, letter for letter, especially if you feel that you have some reason that that doesn't apply to you. If you feel that some piece of advice does not apply to you, that's interesting, and you should dig into that and try to really unpack that and figure out what you really have to offer there that might be unique from others. And there's a lot of opportunity in areas like that. So yeah, this is a bit different of a video. I'm excited to see how this turns out. Hopefully it's good. Just wanted to kind of tell that story. It's just something I've been feeling more regret around recently, and I think hopefully that can just change the path of a couple of you and maybe open you up to a new idea to look at something that you have particular knowledge and you have particular expertise in. Even if it doesn't fit the sort of status quo of what you should be looking for, there's a lot of gold to be found in those weird areas that you have something that makes you special. So start there. And I think just tying this into product research in general, because that is where everybody asks for help, it's a great place to start. What do you know about that makes you unique, that not everybody knows about? Start there. You might find something very unique within that. And if you can, and especially if you're passionate about it, then it's just win-win. I really think you should consider that. And of course, you want to factor in everything that we've already talked about, everything you already know about evaluating, is this an opportunity for Amazon? I'm not saying to throw that away, but if you can sort of mash those two worlds together, it's something you know about and you're passionate about and you would love to build something around, and it's an opportunity for Amazon, like some amount of overlap there, I think you'll just enjoy playing that game a lot more. So that's kind of all I have to say on that. I'm just gonna wrap it up here. Check out all the links to resources, groups, Instagram, all of that. It's all in the description. There's always stuff down there, so check that out if you need links to any of those things. And yeah, that's it. See you guys in the next one.